Josephine, the Deputy Prime Minister, Matteo Salvini, making a point to go to Sicily this Tuesday.
That's right, Francois. This was a spectacular gesture by Matteo Salvini to close this centre. He was able to demonstrate that the ports in Italy are closed. There's no welcome mat out for any migrants or asylum seekers, but also, more importantly, to demonstrate that he is in control of security and interior issues here in Italy, particularly after the arrival of Carola Rackete, the German captain who defied Italian authorities just last week, brought her 40 migrants into the port of Lampedusa against the directions of the Italian authorities. There's been so much publicity about that. This was an opportunity for Matteo Salvini to seize back control, send a message not only to the migrants and the asylum seekers, but cashed up NGOs and charities who are now planning or undertaking new missions off the coast of Libya to rescue migrants and bring them to Sicily.
This center, 4,100, could house 4,100 people at its height.
That's right. The numbers fell to around 2,500 last year, but it certainly was a situation where there were questions about overcrowding, sanitary conditions, and of course crime. And Matteo Salvini mentioned the fact that the Italian mafia was not only the problem, it was embedded with the Nigerian mafia. And that's become a huge issue in Italy, particularly with migration, but also before this latest wave in recent years. The Nigerian migrants have established their own mafia that's in bed with the Italian mafia, running drug operations, prostitution rackets, and other sources of crime in this country.
Yeah, and at the center itself, they even broke up a ring back in January. This emergence of a Nigerian mafia, a relatively new phenomenon, as you say.
That's right. In 2008, there was a famous massacre in Castelvolturno outside Naples where 7 Africans were gunned down by the Naples mafia because they were considered to be overstepping the mark and stepping into the mafia's territory there, the Naples Camorra. But more recently, we've seen the Nigerian mafia become much more embedded, particularly in cities like Palermo, where they are dividing up the city with the local mafia, working with Italian mafia on the importation of cocaine and heroin, and also more particularly running prostitution rackets and human slavery, where we've seen Nigerian women migrants being brought in and pushed into slavery, prostitution and slavery as soon as they arrive here. So a huge issue here in Italy, which is recognised by the authorities. But interestingly, Mr. Salvini chose to concentrate on the Nigerian mafia and perhaps underplay the role of the Italian mafia, which is still, of course, a huge problem in this country.
Josephine,